Hey there everyone, it's Bren here and welcome back to this week's garden update, filmed here in my garden located in New South Wales, Australia. Well, I hope you all had a lovely week. It was St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and as I'll mention later on in this video, in Australia on St. Patrick's Day it's tradition to plant your sweet peas, and I certainly did. I went sweet pea crazy. I also had a lovely day, a child-free day when they were all at school and preschool. I went to a garden centre and I prepped myself before I went saying do not spend much money, do not spend much money, and of course I did. I couldn't help myself. So I'll show you some a few seedlings that I bought during the week. I also bought some stuff like cow manure and compost, which isn't very exciting, but it is a necessity, I guess, when you put new plants in the ground. Okay, so in this week's video I'll also be showing you a lovely Australian native tree that bears the most beautiful berries that I'm going to make into jam this week. I'll be showing you my seedlings. I'll be talking a little bit about and showing you some Australian native plants that I'm going to try and grow from seed, and I will be having a look at an individual portion size melon called a Tigger melon. So I'm going to jump straight into the video now, and I'll be going straight down to the patch that has lots of marigolds. So just sit back and relax for a few minutes and I'll show you around. These lovely marigolds here are putting on a beautiful show. You can see some of the plants have flopped over here. We've just had so much rain in the last few days that I think it's caused some of the plants that haven't been supported very well to be knocked over. But I remember last week I was saying that I was going to plant up this area over here with poppies. Well, I did, and I think, I mean, it could be weeds, but I think I have some germinating already. Well, see, they look quite different. I did put two different types of poppies, so probably, I don't know, I'll have to wait a bit and see. I can't really remember what a poppy seedling looks like. Anyway, I put the poppies in there, and I put some sweet peas along here. Actually, I put sweet peas everywhere because it was St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and in Australia St. Patrick's Day is the day that you put in your sweet peas. So I went a bit sweet pea crazy. I put some over this arch here. I put some down behind that beautiful fountain grass. I'll show you that now actually. I'll walk down and have a look. Okay, so on the way down here, I don't know if you noticed there, but I actually ended up planting up this section. This is where all my vines were. So I've put a mixture of I just put seeds in and I put some plants in. I did go to the garden centre this week and I spent a bit too much money. I bought some starter plants, so there's a few different ones around here dotted around that will be perennial. There's a row of perennial plants here that I grew from cuttings, and then intermingled around I've got some leeks here. I've got some mustard greens, some Russian red kale, and I moved this over here. That's the gooseberry. I moved that over there, the gooseberry bush. And at the back row, I had mentioned before I wasn't sure what I was going to do, maybe some sweet peas, but you know what, I didn't realise if I put sweet peas up here I'm going to block the sun from this other orange tree. So what I actually tried to do, or what I did, was I planted some broad beans. I put the fence up. I raised it up a lot higher to stop the chickens getting out. I pulled out the gourds and the beans that were here as well. I was quite busy this week, but if I swing around this way, I've also cleared here a little bit, and I put a semicircle over there of more sweet peas, and this section here I put some potted peas there, and I just planted some around the back of the Dahlia patch as well. But there is a beautiful Dahlia here that I wanted to show you this week. It's kind of flopped over a little bit. So this one here is called a Winky Whopper. Look at that. It's the biggest Dahlia I've ever grown. I know some people grow the massive dinner plate ones, maybe this one is, but I am so happy with this. This really motivates me now to grow a lot more next year. I'm so excited about the colour range and the different types. I have been thinking about what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to just leave these all in the ground and maybe just mulch them well, or whether I should take them out. I'm not really quite sure. There's a lovely one there. Anyway, I'll have to have a think about that and see what to do. I still have the kiwi fruit over here. Oh geez, look, they're starting to turn a bit more yellow. I think I meant to wait until they go completely orange. And I'll just come over here and show you. So remember all the vines were in here? So there I've done a semicircle along here of sweet peas. My reason why I put it there was because this area here is a complete mess, and I kind of want to block it off because there used to be a water tank in here. There's a big hole, and that's going to require quite a lot of work there to fix up. So I thought in the meantime I'll just put the sweet peas in a semicircle to block it out. I have a few more vines to pull out. I'm still waiting on this butternut squash, oops sorry, down there. But my plan is, I know I do change my plans a bit, but I was going to put maybe some foxgloves here, try and keep it kind of looking a bit like oh, how do you say it, like you know, in the English gardens, like woodlandy I guess. And I'll put a bench here under this beautiful magnolia tree, which will be flowering in spring, and maybe put some little garden ornaments and features here. And this, I had mentioned a couple of videos ago that I would talk about where I'm going to put my strawberries. I might put them here. I have some, I might put in a big raised bed here, a big circle of strawberries. Or I've got loads of cut flowers to put in as well. I just don't know what to do. I'm still in the process of trying to figure things out. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I want to come over this way, and I just want to show you what the garden looks like from up here. So I'm going to go up there and video the garden looking down so you get a better idea of what it looks like. So I'm standing here on my back porch, just looking out at the back garden, this section here. There's the archway down there that has the scarlet runner beans that leads down to the dahlia patch. Here's my orange tree. When we came in to look at this house, to view it, the orange tree was absolutely packed with fruit. And you know the way some people, when they buy a house, there's the wow factor, like it might be the lounge room or a beautiful fireplace. This was one of my wow factors, this magnificent tree here. I just couldn't believe it that I already would have such a beautiful mature tree in the garden. And then over here as well, that's the lemon tree. That was also there. It didn't look as good, but it's really looking lovely and healthy now. I've been mulching it every year, and I'm pretty happy with it. So as you can see, everything's really green and lush. We've had so much rain the last few days. Like maybe this time last year or in winter, there was hardly any grass here. It was all just like dirt. The poor farmers in this area really struggle, and I was so delighted for them that we did get so much rain. Now I just wanted to show you over here in this area, that's where I have all my raised beds. I put all my little seedlings, you can see them down here, put them out yesterday to get some of that lovely rainwater. But the veggie garden with the raised beds, I've started to plant in all my winter crops, and it should fill out now in a few weeks and have a nice lovely full look to it before the colder months hit. I'm very fortunate where I live that winter is actually quite mild. Can't really complain about it at all. Anyway, I'm going to go down here now, and I want to show you this beautiful tree. Do you see this one here? It's a Lilly Pilly. It's a native Australian tree, and I want to show you some beautiful little gems that are on it at the moment. So I'm back down at the base of the garden, and this is the Lilly Pilly tree. Do you see those beautiful, almost cranberry looking berries? I'm going to harvest quite a lot of them. Now I'll just take a step back to show you this tree. Oh, what would you say, about 7 meters high? But a lot of people do grow these Lilly Pillies in their back garden. They make a really great hedge, but you do have to prune them. Well, this variety you do at least. So when we moved in 10 years ago, this was just a tiny little plant, maybe a metre high, and it took a few years, and I would say maybe about 3 years ago it really started to take off. But what I'm interested in today are these gorgeous berries here. I'm going to harvest a whole load of them, and I'm going to try and make some jam with them. They're a lovely bush food. Look at the colour, like it's as beautiful as it looks here on the camera. It's so vibrant. Pick one off here now to show you what it looks like on the inside. Let me just take a bite and show you. So they're quite a tart berry. Do you know, when I bite into them, they have this crunch, like, you know, the nasi pears. That's what it kind of tastes like a bit, texture wise. But these are quite delicious, and I've read up about them. Some people even put them in like crumble, so it could be a replacement of your like other types of berries, like if you put blueberries in them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick a load of these off. They're absolutely packed with fruit. Aren't they gorgeous against the blue sky? So I've harvested quite a lot of them. I do have a lovely little melon that I want to harvest as well, but before I do that, I want to come around this way and show you some more of my seedlings that I've been potting up, and I also want to show you some lovely Australian native flowers that I'm going to try and grow from seed this year. So I'll just have a quick look at this section. So there's some sedum cuttings that I've done in here. I think these are my backup peas. So I've direct sown some peas, but I always have some backups in case the mice or slugs eat them. Over here, these are just some plants that I've potted up. Let me see, that's the Sarinta, and that one, I can't pronounce this name, so I'll just show you. It's Lacy Facella. Am I saying that right? And there's some mustard greens, loads of foxgloves. I actually didn't grow these ones from seed. When I went to the garden centre this week, I found a few pots that had multiple seedlings in it. So this one here is the white foxglove. I got about 15 out of that. And then that's just some violas. What else have I got here? That's some more spinach. Here is my beautiful honesty. I love honesty. And what's that? That's foxgloves in there. Oh, not foxgloves, sorry, snapdragons. And I have some more seedlings of red Russian kale, my backups. And then what's that one over there? I can't even see. Oh, it's some Asian green Cho Sim. Yep, so there's those ones. I do have another area that's, I've got my calendulas, nasturtiums and other plants. They're all in this area. I've shown you them before. Here's the raised beds. It's filling up a little bit, but it'll get there in a few weeks. Let me go and show you the Australian native flowers that I'm growing from seed. Put one or two in each of these little cells, and I've got good germination. I mean, I'm pretty happy with them. So I'll show you the packet of seeds so you can see what they look like. These are an Australian native billy button. And look what I just saw. Look at that cobweb there. Oh geez, I wonder what kind of spider that is. I'll have to be careful. Could be a redback. Anyway, billy buttons, that's these ones here. I haven't sown these ones yet. I saw these when I went to the garden centre. Blue Rottnest Island daisy. Don't they look really fun? I love that kind of purple colour. And then these ones here, the next ones I'm going to try are the golden everlasting daisies. Oh, I'd be so happy if I got at least a few of these now to grow. That would be absolutely awesome, I think. The self-seeded cosmos section, I'll just give you a quick look at that. I've got a few more flowers compared to last week. There are so many buds on it. I reckon they are absolutely going to burst out. And the thing I love about these is that because they're self-seeded, they're all going to be slightly different. We'll have a look. Probably maybe next week there should be a better display to show you. I've come around to the front garden. So there's the cosmos that you just saw, just along there, along the fence. I've got more here on this side. I can't believe how green everything's looking. Oh, look at this. 3 striped potato beetles. My biggest issue this year, and look at this, it's so sad. This is the tomatello, and here's the Cape gooseberries. Yeah, you can see some of the, is it they call fruit here forming. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I've really tried. I'm just gonna have to keep on persevering, I guess, and see what happens. Okay, so there's my pile of mulch over here from a few months ago when we got a tree removed. I got some mushroom compost delivered, 2 cubic meters. But the other thing I wanted to show you was down over here. Here is, I know it's so overgrown, but here are my Tigger melon vines. I've got 3 in about a 50 centimeter hole here. And over there, that's where I have the West Indian gherkins and the golden zucchini. But let's have a look and see if we can find a nice ripe Tigger melon. You know, I swear, I don't know if there's some animal coming to eat these or something, but like I swear I had some ripe ones. There's one there, starting to turn a little bit yellow. I'm gonna be careful I don't take it off by accident. Oh, I can spot one just in here. There you go. We'll have a look at this one. Grab this one out. There we go. Oh no, it's split. Oh no. Oh my goodness, that's probably from the big downpour of rain. Oh well, you know what? I'm still going to cut it open. It should be fine, and I'll show you what it looks like inside. Just cut it open, so you notice it's got a very pale flesh. And also have a look at the size of it. It's about the size of a large apple. I'd say this is probably the largest one I've picked. It's a beautiful colour on the outside. This lovely Tigger melon. It's got this lovely variegation of different shades of orange and yellow. So this would be a single portion melon, and it's got a lovely scent to it. It's really delicious to eat. It's very sweet. It's quite similar to, say, a rock melon in flavour. Definitely putting these on my list again for next year. Really lovely. So I'll be saving all of these seeds in here for next year. Just walking along with this, I can smell it. It is so nice. So I'm going to go inside now in a few minutes. But before I wrap up this week's garden update, I just wanted to show you this gorgeous dahlia here that was given to me by my friend Stacey, who's on Instagram. I'll put her title up here. But look at this. She grew these from seeds. So she had a cafe au lait dahlia, and she saved the seeds, and she gave me 4 seedlings, and they've come out all different colours, but this one probably is my favourite now. She said that it was planted, the cafe au lait was planted near a red and white striped one, so I reckon there's some kind of cross-pollination. I do have a few more buds coming up here, but this one is just gorgeous. I'm so happy with that. I love how gardeners are so generous. Anyway, everyone, I'm going to go now, and I'd just like to say thank you for, look at my little melon in there, it's so tiny. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or anything, please feel free to just put them in the comments below. But until next time, I say thanks for watching and happy gardening.